All right, we should be getting a look here at William Huerta. William Huerta is a blue belt, and I'm seeing the feet of Jared Braumeyer sitting on the bench here with the other visiting competitors, but I don't see William Huerta, and I'm going to run to the back here and see what's happening. He's right there.
Back, we've got our last match. We've got Jonathan Chambers here, who's been with us before. We actually, obviously, are trying to figure out where William Huerta is. I'm not sure, but I know that you were ready to go. You were wanting to compete. I don't know if this was a hint that I'm wearing white, but so I actually, in between stuff, did a physical. Weighed in, so I'm offering you, if you want, we can go. I just want to give you a chance to compete if you wanted to. I'm totally cool if you don't, but if you want to, I'm willing to step in there and give you someone to grapple with.
Oh, absolutely.
Doggone it. Okay. All right. So we will flip. Maybe I'll have. No, I guess flipping a coin's still fair, right?
I've got the weight.
Okay. You've got the weight.
Yeah.
So I get to pick. Yeah, you know what? I don't even care anyway. So I will start in the driver's seat. I'll let you, I'll just check. I don't need to check out the car. You go ahead and check out the car. Okay, I'm just thinking of dead time. We don't want dead time. So you go ahead and check out the car. 30 seconds. Don't need the coin. Can someone do the time? Yeah, something interesting about myself. Well, if I was interviewing myself, I'd say, hey, are you nervous or stepping in the last minute? And I would say, no, not really. But I was talking to myself, so myself would know that I was lying. And, I also, I thought about doing this before. You watch it and you say, oh, that looks fun, kind of. But I always figured that I would be in better shape and maybe training. I've done neither of those things, so I'm thinking I'm going to either pass out or puke, but that's entertaining too. And we're all about entertainment. The show must go on. That's bottom line. That's why I want to do this. Show must go on. So, that's enough talk about me.
What's your prediction?
I told you, pass out or puke. So, Jonathan, I didn't get. Why don't you come over here and I'll talk to you for a minute too. I have one deal though. I don't have gi pants, so if you rip my pants, someone's going to pay for it. Not you, but one of the people here. So luckily, I did have this. Don't have a cup. Please keep that in mind. All right. So, Jonathan, you got some jiu-jitsu background. I know that fairly recently you actually won a Naga tournament. Is that right?
Yes.
Right on, man. But and CarJitsu, you've done this a couple times as well?
Yes. I was going to compete the last time, but I wound up getting the flu, so I had to pull out. So I was really excited to come back to this one.
Okay. Great. So why don't you tell us something interesting about yourself that we don't know?
So I just had my second child. My daughter was born January 13th.
Right on. Congratulations.
I've got a show out for her, show her what her dad can do.
Great. Now, even if
away.
Okay, right. So how old is she now?
She is 2 months.
2 months. Wow.
She's fresh.
Okay.
Just learning to smile.
The only thing I'm hoping is maybe you haven't been getting a lot of sleep. That might help me.
No? A little bit.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I'm not sure how this is going to work. Did you figure out the timer? Okay, let's get in there and I gotta take my shoes and socks off. I'll be right in there, buddy. Somebody.
Shoes and socks are coming off, man.
I'm serious. Oh, I just gotta come up to. Oh, Hajime! Okay, wait, we're going to buckle up? Buckle up? Okay.
Hands up.
And we're off. What do you know, Kyron? At the end of the show, Dallen Gettling, the secret weapon, steps up to save the show with a match against the veteran, Jonathan Chambers, a veteran of over 3 or 4 CarJitsu matches. Dallen Gettling, of course, the host of CarJitsu and Slap Fight Championship. Jonathan Chambers retreating out the window. Dallen Gettling looks to be pulling him back in.
Dallen's an experienced competitor, too. He's fought MMA plenty of times, been training for it a very long time. So, hey, that experience might come out here.
Dallen takes the lid off of the center console, throws it out the window.
I think he wants to get savage here a little bit. I think he's hungry, man.
You know, Dallen Gettling is an undefeated mixed martial artist and a savage. He loves to compete. He is also a bishop for the LDS Church, and he's been in combat sports for a long time, 54 years old and still competing. Jonathan Chambers, however, has a record for the most bizarre CarJitsu Championship match, and that was a match with Leroy Davis and Jonathan Chambers that ended on top of the car. You'll remember, Kyron.
That was nuts, man. That was definitely one of my favorite matches, but we have since changed the rules for safety, and I agree with that one.
Gettling inside the car with his business slacks on.
Because he's here for business.
Yeah, he's here to handle business.
If you did not know, Dallen is definitely one of the baddest refs, hosts in the game, man. He does it all.
Yeah, it's tough to complain about a host that's willing to put himself on the line like that. Dallen now is in a little bit of trouble here. He's not necessarily in shape. Dallen Gettling stepping up when honestly there was an opportunity here for Jonathan Chambers to just take the check and go home. Jonathan Chambers now, I will have to say, he has come up to a different weight class. He told me he had been bulking, and I think he came in at just over 200 pounds. Gettling weighed in during the last match at 185 pounds.
There might be a threat there. I think there might be something.
Yeah, I think Gettling's in trouble here. The first round looks like it's tilting in the direction of a suffocation by seatbelt, but now it looks like Gettling is still in the match. He's now applying pressure. The forearm to the throat, pushing Jonathan Chambers all the way out of the car.
You know, that might be not a bad position. You know, he could threaten some triangles from up there, some stuff like that. But at the same time, you know, he's kind of limited with his upper body.
He's going to come back inside here and see what he can pull off. The host of CarJitsu, Dallen the Secret Weapon Gettling, versus Jonathan Chambers, one of the top rising stars of 2023 at CarJitsu Championship. Gettling with a front headlock here, putting a little bit of work in, but there's not a lot of room there for guillotine chokes.
It looks like he's squeezing, though. He knows that with his experience.
Gettling is a tough kid. He's and that's the end of round one, Kyron.
Man, that
wow.
was so intense. It flew by, honestly. That was kind of a great start.
Absolutely. If you're watching from home, you probably did not expect the host of CarJitsu to step into the car in his business slacks, but Dallen Gettling has now survived the first round, and he will start the second round from the passenger seat. Take a look at Dallen, exhausted, but he is a gamer.
Yeah, I think he did a little bit more than survive there. He he was in a lot of dominant positions. He put some pressure on. You know, if we're not really going by points, but I think he kind of won that round with some aggression.
Now this is the second 3-minute round. Gettling's first time inside the car as a competitor. Jonathan Chambers' fourth time, I'm told.
Oh, John's breathing. He put the pressure on him.
A little bit of a slow start here for Gettling. Gettling is feeling the cardio burn here.
Yeah, it sets in usually a couple minutes in. You know, you get on top and you realize, I don't have much to work with here.
There's 30 years difference between these two competitors. Chambers has the youth advantage. Also, Chambers has a 15-pound weight advantage. And more stretchy pants.
His pants are stretchy.
Gettling's applying pressure here. Gettling's got that old man strength. He also doesn't want to be attacked with a seatbelt. You can see where Gettling's trying to maintain control of the seatbelt instead of the wrist.
Yeah, I want to see them open it up, man. We've seen one match kind of where they opened those seats up and got to move around, and I think tacks are a lot more open whenever they get to moving around more. Get those seats down.
The temperature inside the car, 89 degrees. Gettling's coming outside to get some fresh air. It looks like he might have some sort of a choke here around the throat of Jonathan Chambers. I'm not sure. I can't see. But Chambers is struggling. He's pulling on the feet of Gettling. Gettling is now being held lovingly by the official, Hunter Edwards.
What a nice guy, Hunter, man. Saving the day.
Hunter Edwards, also an accomplished grappler in his own right and a mixed martial artist.
Yeah, me and Hunter, we met on the mat, actually. I'm not going to say who won. You can just ask him.
I'll do so. Hunter Edwards, his very first MMA fight. Dallen Gettling was the host. Interesting.
Man,
I was there.
it's a small MMA world, man.
All right, this is the continuation of the second round. Jonathan Chambers should not be grabbing the rash guard there. That's a little bit of a hack.
Little things happen in war. I don't think it was intentional.
Indeed, and it looks like Gettling is out of any sort of trouble. You can see here from the upper camera that inside the car there is no room to move, and Gettling, being the smaller competitor, may have a little bit of an advantage, but he's also the older competitor, and so he needs to strike hard and strike fast.
Yeah, I've never bought into that, man. Experience is a solid weapon, man. And maybe you don't feel like you're as athletic, but age and experience are things that sharpen the blade very well.
Right now we've got a little bit of a standoff here. They're meeting in the middle of the front seat. Oh, and now Gettling's got the seatbelt around the front of his throat. He's going to remove that quickly.
When you threaten that neck, they have to address it. Let's see if we can get some threats and create some other openings.
Again, in this match, Dallen Gettling would be the newcomer, the aspiring CarJitsu practitioner, and the more experienced Jonathan Chambers.
Yeah, he's never been in there, but it's funny because he has more experience than most of just the scenario of what's going on.
Indeed, indeed.
But now it's real for him. This is the real side of it.
Now, if I were Chambers, I would probably try and manipulate the cardio here of Dallen Gettling, but Chambers confided in me that he is a little bit heavier than usual, and his cardio is not necessarily the weapon it once was. I don't know that he needed to say that, but I'm glad he did.
You know, could you imagine if you were actually getting robbed and fighting in your car, and pedestrians were just looking in your windows like that?
Yeah, that's. I think I saw that movie once, actually.
In today's age, you never know. I might record it.
All right, you can look at the face of Jonathan Chambers here, and you can tell that the struggle is real. This is a dogfight. And that's the end of round 2. And that means that we're going to go to a third round in the back seat, and this is not good for Dallen Gettling, who did not prepare for the match. Now Jonathan Chambers is going to slide into the back seat, and as Dallen makes his way to the back,
if the third round goes anything like the first two, I don't know, man. Dallen was on top. He was strong, and there's a little more room in that back seat. So.
I tell you, it's a fantastic main event. It's not the main event we thought we would see, but I am delighted to see it. Now, again, there will be no seatbelts at the beginning of the round here, and this will be a 3-minute round. If there is no submission, we will go to sudden death immediately following the 3-minute round with no break. And we're off.
Ashgard gets snagged up a little bit.
Gettling showing the tummy of Chambers. Gettling looks like he's moving to the back here. It's very important when in the back seat that you don't end up on the bottom. It's almost an inescapable position in CarJitsu.
Yeah, I've heard some of the craziest noises from competitors when they're in the bottom in the back seat.
It looks to me that Dallen Gettling is pushing down on the posture. He's pushing down on Chambers, trying to get that top position and possibly spin to the back. Chambers is a strong kid, young kid, and this is not his first rodeo, Kyron.
That's what I want to see. Right there, I would like to see some Darcis threaten that neck with that underhook, which he's doing perfect right there. We're going to get some reactions from there. Let's see if he can get something. I can't see where his left arm is, but it looks like it might be threading a little deep. Maybe setting up a Darce, guillotine.
Could be.
Something on the neck. He's going for something.
Could be the Darce. Dallen Gettling. Kudos to Dallen for hosting the show tonight and then stepping in at the last second for the main event.
Looks like he frees the hand, gets his head out. That was a good battle.
It's a tough situation here for Jonathan Chambers, but Jonathan Chambers is a gamer.
That's what I like to see. Good grappling in the car. Quality grappling.
No clear winner here of round 3, but Gettling does have top position, keeping in mind that you must win by submission until sudden death. And in sudden death, IBJJF rules apply, and the first point wins the match. From here, you can see the cars moving.
Yeah,
These guys are really putting in some work.
That was a possible threat there. He still is.
Gettling's in a bad situation here. Oh, he's in a tough spot.
Oh,
He's going to reach through here.
that's what I need. Get creative. That's a crank. Can he
All right,
create
Gettling's
the
body
Kimura?
posture. He needs to reach across there. He needs to reach across there and free that arm, because at this point,
Or he could bring his body around
he
and set
could
up
bring
the
his
anaconda.
I don't know if Dallen could get that right knee over the
Yeah.
seat, but if he does, it's a bad day for Jonathan Chambers. Gettling looks like he's going to survive this. This is a tough situation. Gettling is no stranger to tough situations, but this is some big adversity here for the host of CarJitsu. At this point, it just looks like it's possible that he's trying to wait out the round and get to sudden death. He needs to swim over that arm, or excuse me, the arm over the head here of Chambers. Chambers has him in a bad spot here, but
Yeah.
Gettling's holding on with everything he's got.
You know, that or bring his hip to the far side, but I don't know if he has enough time to create it now.
Okay, we're in sudden death, Kyron. That means the next point scored will win the main event here. Gettling's using his forehead, posting on the steering wheel. He just asked the official, am I in sudden death? And now he just needs to get back mount, and he will win this match. He's in a good spot here.
Oh, is that match?
I thought we reset for it.
I'm not sure what's happened here. It looks like it's
Is
possible.
he preaching to him? Is he
He's
giving him the gospel?
Dallen's delivering the gospel, and it looks like Jonathan Chambers has withdrawn from the match. And if that is the case, we're about to see the strangest post-fight interview in the history of CarJitsu Championship. Our host, Dallen Gettling, interviewing our host and winner, Dallen Gettling.
All right. Dallen, that was a tough fight, going back and forth. It looked like there was maybe a misunderstanding. I don't know why as the announcer I was wearing a mouth guard. Looks like there was a misunderstanding at the end there where your opponent was writing out the time. I thought you had to reset, but it starts over from sudden death right there. And so it was just an automatic, get your hooks in and you got it. Yeah, sorry, I'm out of breath. Can you keep talking? Sure. So, anything you want to say to anybody out there? Oh yeah, my wife. I love you, Erica, because she's gonna need that because I didn't have permission to do this, and she's not a big fan of people trying to strangle each other in a car. So hopefully she's not watching it, but if you are, I love you. Also, I'm a bishop of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I just want to say to all the youth that are watching, hey, we are trained athletes. Please don't try this at home against your siblings or your parents or even an Uber driver. Okay, well, great. Words of wisdom. Thank you, Dallen. Yes, thank you. Your winner, Dallen Gettling.